you've got that relationship with the ocean, and the ocean is what brought you and what keeps you. But what has your experience been? I'm talking outside of the surfing
Yeah,
culture, just the girl at the cafe. How does it feel to be here? I mean, because we've got people listening who are going,
yeah,
okay, I might want to move to Portugal. How's it going to feel when we're talking about places that are not Lisbon and
yeah,
Porto or the Algarve? How am I going to be treated? Am I
yeah.
going to feel good? What has your experience been just as a
In
normal
Portugal.
person
I think
out of the
most
water?
people are really friendly. It's very nice. One thing you have to be aware of, Portugal is, like I said, a conservative culture. It's not like Spain. It's not like the Canary Islands. It's not at all like Brazil. So people are a bit closed off. It's hard to make friends. Once you make friends, it's a bit more. I come from Germany. It's a bit more my culture. Once you make a friend, you have a friend for life.
Yeah,
So this is something that goes well with me personally, but a lot of people struggle with.
yeah,
And something else that a lot of people struggle with is that if they don't speak the language, it's hard to be integrated.
yes.
So you really have to put an effort to speak the language super, super well.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've both been here a long time. I think there's a difference between that surface level friendliness, which everybody is, and they
Exactly.
speak they speak
Yeah.
English very well here. So you've got that,
Yeah.
but you do have a different connection and a different almost break the surface and go at a more
Yeah.
profound level when you can understand the
Exactly.
stories
For
and all
sure.
of that. And it's interesting that you mentioned that about the German, because the Dutch are also quite similar,
Yeah.
and you meet a lot of people who, I had it with Dutch people. When you first meet them, they're very kind of guarded
Yeah.
and like, who is this guy? But once you kind of break through that, and it's interesting that the Portuguese are quite similar.
It's exactly from the more Latin countries, they're
Yeah,
the most similar in a way.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For
Have you
example,
have you ever asked anybody why that is?
I think it's, I asked, for example, I live where I live. My neighbors are born and raised exactly in the house.
Mm,
The lady, so she's 70 and she was born in that house. It's very, yeah, like the floor is rocks. It's a very traditional house
mm.
still. And it's actually funny because when we speak, a lot of times they speak to me complaining about the foreigners and they don't actually count me
They don't
into
count
the
you as
group.
one. Yeah.
So they give me all
Oh,
of
then you're in. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
They gossip with me about the neighbors. It's very nice, very fun. Um, and I think what she explained to me is that because she was born in when it wasn't a democracy yet,
Yeah,
so you have a
yeah.
you had the dictatorship, and you had to be a bit afraid, and there's a high level of mistrust. This is also something many foreigners don't know, but Portuguese actually have a high level of mistrusting each other and foreigners. So it takes a lot of time
Yeah.
to gain their trust.
But it's interesting because they're probably the most polite in terms of European. They're probably the most polite people that you'll meet. But then
Yeah,
there is that distrust, but
yeah,
they're still polite and welcoming, which is a really interesting dynamic.
yes, exactly.